Hey everybody, what's up? Today we are going to talk about Grüns. I'm going to walk you through their email design system, but even more than that, there is something that they do that is honestly one of the biggest hacks, tips, whatever you want to call it, that I think is something that every single brand should be doing. If you're looking at this, you could, if you really have an eye for it, you could be looking at the screen right now and tell me immediately what it is. But it is something that I think a lot of brands are missing. A lot of people get wrong when they're building out emails, and Grüns does it really, really well. But we'll save that for in a few minutes once I've talked about their design and everything. So Grüns, if you don't know, AG1 competitor, kind of a gummy bear greens daily supplement. Um, and they have some amazing design. I think they're a lot of their success is due to very good very good branding, very good value propositions, being able to distribute really really well. There's a period I think of last year where you just saw them absolutely everywhere. Um, and the reality is like, look at this, it's beautiful. They definitely are one of those brands that put a lot of effort into making sure that everything feels highly on brand. Even down to these little, the bubbles are the bears themselves, like the logo. Um, and it's a you can tell they put a lot of effort into these emails. Um, they are still following a design system. Every button is the same. You can see here a lot of the blocks themselves follow a similar pattern. They're reusing these kind of pop-out bubbles in different places. The way that they design, they're reusing blocks in different. I guess this might be this is the same email, so that's not them reusing that block, but you can see they reuse this table kind of theme frequently, and the shapes all across of it are similar no matter what. Um, and overall, what I'd say with them is that they focus very highly on ingredient analysis and customer feedback. And so there's a lot of focus on everything that's in it for you. So the reality is that's one of that's their value prop, right? It's a daily supplement that gets you everything you need. And so what they hit on that a lot. And so um, comprehensive nutrition, all you need in a single packet. They're talking about the facts. Enjoy complete nutrition, and they're really leaning on that to show you that they're giving you everything that you need. And this can be your one daily supplement. Um, but I don't know if you have noticed by now, but there is one thing that they are doing that is incredible, in my opinion. Um, and that is that every single email has one action that they want you to take. And while it's the same action across all of these emails, because they're very focused on shop, there's no confusion as to what they want you to do. And that is shop Grüns, still get up to 52% off. Shop Grüns Adults, this is the only thing they have here is two different variants. But every single email is about getting somebody to the store, and they do not confuse it with any other CTA. So, what I see really frequently is brands that will put in, oh, shop, shop, and then there's three different products, and then, oh, read about us, and then, oh, join our newsletter, and then, oh, so there's all of these different options of what you could be doing. And the reality is you are just confusing customers at that point. And so you end up with a lot more clutter, a lot more misunderstanding as to what a customer you actually want a customer to do. And this, it is very clear. We want them to choose Grooves. We want them to try it now. We want them to shop. We want them to use a discount. Or, if it is something like here, we have follow along. That is the main goal of this email. This one is opt out. There's another one that is take the survey, you know, and so they are they still have other emails. I actually pulled out a couple here. So they have a sign up to get notified first, where they're using something different, like the getting 52% off. But the whole thing is that the entire email is about one particular action, and they are not they're not straying away from that. And so that is really, if you take anything from Grüns, yes, they have beautiful design. They have a lot of different blocks and things that really create a ton of personality. But the reality is if you don't have the team to put this together, this type of stuff takes a long time to build this dynamic of emails. But what you can take from them is using a singular CTA or a singular action. The CTA doesn't necessarily have to be the same like you've seen in here, but we have one action that we want them to do, and every single thing that we have is pushing them towards taking that next action. And so if you take anything from Grüns today, it should be that.